Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, especially little ones in the front rows that will be traumatized for the rest of their life, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your solo host today, Joey. You don't need to know my business, but man, you need to know this man's business. And unlike Mr. Donnie Wonderful, my illustrious co-host, Big Time Donnie, and all the, effects that go with that, I cannot chew gum and walk at the same time. Doing two things is foreign to me. So I have already previously viewed and listened to this John Cena promo from Monday Night Raw in Glasgow, which was on at 4 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time in our part of the world. And another banger, man. Another banger. But without going too much into it, I want to break it down. So I'm going to take a little page out of what Donnie was doing, and I'm going to have it on in the background right now, but very low so it doesn't interrupt, one, the recording, and two, we don't get kicked off of YouTube. So here we go. We're going to have it in the background. Now, I was a little bit shocked that Raw opened up the same way twice, 2 weeks in a row, with Cena's promo right out the damn gate. Last week, I understood it. It was a gut punch. The whole rest of the show relied on it and revolved around it. This week, I figured they might have done a different format, maybe throw it in the middle part of the hour or the middle part of the show. Since there really is no top of the hour anymore, since it's Netflix, it's kind of just one organic front to finish thing. But nope. They're like, nah, fuck this. We're going to put Cena out there again, and I love it. He's coming out right now, and he's just staring at the kid looking over the balcony behind the gate, and he just glares at him with indignance, and he holds up that towel that says, "The last time is now." I am loving the Cena heel turn, folks. I am the biggest fan of this. I'm going to already call this the heel turn of the century, which means the greatest heel turn of all time since wrestling hasn't been around for a century. It is just spectacular and wonderful, and there's just no way to top this as far as I'm concerned as of right now. Cody Rhodes is the perfect foil for John Cena. Cody Rhodes certainly is going to give him the best possible matchup they could have put him in. I don't want to see the waters get muddled. I do not want a third person added into this. I just straight want Cena, Rhodes, head-to-head for the championship. Now, I remember key points of this because this was just a few hours ago, about 3 hours ago, but I'm rewatching this to jog my memory. And speaking of jog, it's one thing omitted from this segment is John Cena stoically walks to the ring. No longer do you get, as The Rock would say, a scared snagglepuss running down and sliding under the ropes. You get a very calculated, very merciless John Cena, just ice, cold as ice, and boom, he gives the direction to cut the music before the 3-second tan. I love it. And he grabs the mic immediately this week. He doesn't play with the crowd. He just goes right in at them, goes right for the jugular. He picks up where he said last week. And as he's saying, Donnie's, if anyone listened to Donnie's breakdown of the heel promo, the inaugural heel promo from last week, it was fabulous. I really liked how he likened Cena to the getting yelled at by the cool substitute teacher. But right now, John Cena is just taking you all to school, and he just comes out, grabs the mic, and let it be known. There are very few people in the wrestling business that can hang on the mic comfortably with John Cena. It doesn't matter how good their mic skills are. It matters, the proof is in the pudding when you put them against him directly. And The Rock was a victim to that circumstance when they had their feud because Cena destroyed The Rock in all their verbal altercations. And speaking of destroy, Cena's talking about nobody is safe here. Nobody is safe from my wrath. Not even some little kid that I put on blast last week. I'll rip you all to shreds. And the look on his pathetic face when I did it, like, this is a no fucks John Cena, and I am here for this. But what this promo actually does that I recall is it kind of rewrites a little bit of history, which I'm enjoying, and I'll wait till he gets to it. But right now he's holding up the mic. He's letting the crowd tell him, fuck you, Cena, and he's got a smile on his face. And he's like, what is worse? Me, the one guy who tells the truth always, or all of you who just attack and rip people apart and verbalize it? And he even talks about how he rude, how he put that kid on blast in Brussels, and he's saying how bad the crowd is because we ate it up. We did eat it up. I loved it. I rewatched that promo, I think 9 times now. That is the longest. I've not watched MJF promos that many times over. I've not watched CM Punk promos over that many times. But I loved the promo because he cut everybody. They thought there would be grounds to this. Surely there's a line, John. You're not going to attack kids because you love Make-A-Wish kids. No, he's like, fuck you. I'm all in on this. He is Darth Cena now. But he's talking about what I am going to do tonight. The joy that you get is you get to find out what my revenge is going to be. You get to find out what you have earned for being so horrible to me over the last 25 years. And he goes back in retrospect and he starts talking about how we know nothing about him. What he's shown us for 25 years is a facade. It's a corporate constructed image, but he's been listening to us for 25 years. He says he's been quizzing us. He's been testing us. We're like rats in a cage, and he knows all the answers because he's been soaking in every single interaction and experience. And then he goes the Captain America route and gets mad at us for using profanity, which is just hilarious because when you consider him telling people to suck on D's nuts back in the Thugonomics days, it's just hilarious. And I apologize if I'm not doing this as much justice. Donnie, you are a very talented man to be able to watch, comprehend, and regurgitate and articulate your thoughts at the same time. I'm like, ooh, man with the mic and shiny color, in bright colors. Wait, what was I talking about again? But I'm doing my best. But I love how he's like, he has realized that our existence in the WWE universe, or I hate that term, but the WWE fandom as fans, as marks, we have been nothing more than an experiment to him. Meaning what he's been showing us for 25 years is a constructed image that he presented because he thought it was palpable, because he was also told by the front office and the powers that be. Now he's saying, I don't give a shit. Here we go. My time. And I love it because this is a guy who's off the reins. He's finally saying, tough shit. No one is going to like what I'm about to do. This isn't a wrestling storyline. This isn't a match to me. He's saying, what am I going to do to you? How do I pay you back for all the indignance you have given me through every performance in the past 25 years? I know how to do this. And then what he talks about, and he brings up April 2005 when he debuted the most maligned WWE title design of all time, which is the WWE Spinner Belt, the Spinner Championship, a belt holds up your pants. You're right, Vince. But the Spinner Championship. And it's funny because that belt stuck around for so very long until we got the WWE Network era belt, or the Rock's, Super Bowl ring belt that preceded it, which is basically the WWE Universal Championship design, undisputed Universal Championship design that we have today. And he talks about how it shouldn't be a toy and how we got pissed at him because the championship should be something that is to be revered and to be admired. And but more importantly, it's the symbol of our fandom, of our universe. It's what makes us connected because we vicariously live through our superstars who win the title. So therefore, it feels like our victory too. But it's not our victory because we are nothing. And he goes, that was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. He's going to ruin wrestling. And I love this line. I'm going to ruin wrestling for every fan, for every wrestler, for everybody. Basically, he's like, I'm not even a person in the back for the boys now. I hate the fans, but I don't even care about the colleagues either. I don't care about anyone in this godforsaken arena or any arena around the world. I'm here for me. And he's just a psychotic, vindictive son of a bitch now. And it's going to just be wonderful time. It's going to, The Rock wasn't kidding when he said, shut up and enjoy the ride that we're going to take you on. Because we haven't even got to The Rock again. We haven't even got to The Rock. The Rock interaction, we don't even know why he's aligned with The Rock yet. That breadcrumb has not been dropped. And I suspect we'll get it because there's another face-to-face with Cena and Cody next week. And he's basically saying, I'm going to win this championship. And I'm going to retire with it. I know that I'm contracted till December 31st, but fuck that. I'm going to win the championship for the 17th time. You're going to forget all about Ric Flair. You're going to have to know that my name is synonymous with the WWE Championship. I will be the last real champion, the last real WWE champion that ever exists, because anyone that comes after me will be a paper champion because they never beat me. And I think it's a great plan. But what this does now is adds another onion and layer of intrigue to WrestleMania, where I would say before it's a foregone conclusion that you think John Cena is going to win and beat Cody Rhodes and go on this heel turn rampage. Now you don't know. Now we might get psychotic Cena and he fails at WrestleMania because Cody retains it. So Cena fails in his first attempt, and now he's required to bring in reinforcements rather, and maybe that's where The Rock comes in, and maybe that's where the third man that I've been predicting. There is most definitely a third man coming, and it's funny because the more I think about it, the Roman, Seth, and Punk match feud with Paul Heyman. Now, Paul Heyman is the key and the catalyst in this whole thing that I'm going to dovetail as a theory. The winner of that with Paul Heyman is going to align themselves with the final boss in John Cena at the end of WrestleMania. I thoroughly believe that. And I think Paul Heyman dumps Roman at WrestleMania, but I also don't think he takes CM Punk either. I think we see an architect or a visionary, two visionaries, with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins aligned. Seth Rollins has been edgingly towards a heel anyway. Roman is still in the beginning of his babyface, era. The true babyface era. And Punk, I don't see it. The one thing that they'll have in common is that that Roman and Punk get screwed by Heyman at the same time. That's what I think is going to happen. But to bring us back, Cena has said that he's going to take the championship. He's leaving with it, much like Punk said that he was going to do back in 2011 at Money in the Bank, but he's leaving and retiring with it. He's not leaving and bringing it to another promotion because he doesn't want to be around wrestling fans. He just wants to take it away from us. And of course, he breathes those magic words, there is nothing you can do about it. And then, boom, wrestling has more than one royal family. Here comes Cody. And right like clockwork, just like last week, Cody gets in the ring. This is pretty funny because last week we were all salivating for a physical altercation. We're waiting for John to break out because we know that John is already, now he's twist. The switch has gone off. He's a robot now. You know he wants to rip Cody apart. He wants to rip him apart to shreds. So we need to see how that's going to go, because this is the second week in a row where Cody stands directly face to face with him in defiance, says some shitty things to him and promises, and Cena doesn't do anything. He teases, walks away. Teases, comes back, walks away. This is a reserved, cold, calculating, destructive John Cena. This is like T1000 John Cena. He's not just a creature of impulse and rage. He's not going to just jump Cody every little mean word he says. He's just staring at him. He's soaking it all in. It's like he's trying to take in as much information and then process it to the best of his ability and use it. And Cody is a white meat baby face like we've never seen. He is a better Cena than Cena is. And it's just, everyone was clamoring for a Cody heel turn. I know I was. But thank God we don't always get what we want, guys and ladies and people. Thank God we don't always get what we want, because what we're getting is something that I couldn't have expected in my wildest dreams. And wrestling, you dream big, and nothing is off limits, but this was something we never saw coming. And it's great. He's basically saying, Cody comes out and goes, okay, so what you're saying is you're going to take this from all of us. He's like, I'm going to stop your psychotic quest to take this, because your need for this is far outweighed by our right to keep this. He's like, and if you want to take this, don't you think you got to take it from me first before you take it from all the people? And I love it. I love it. And Cena just tosses the mic. He just, he goes, you want it, John? Here's the belt. He lays it down in front of him. The old draw the line in the sand, step over it with the two gunslingers. And John Cena just grabs the mic and is like, fuck you, and throws it to the side. Like they're ready to throw down. And he does the, hot breath on his knuckles, getting ready to, stretch those fingers and, make a fist. And then he just walks out. Cena is becoming the best heel I've seen in years and years, actually ever, because most heels have the fallible part. Even Roman, who I thought was a fabulous heel, but Roman became cool. Roman became the cool guy that you wanted to root for. Cena doesn't do anything conventional that we expect. He doesn't try to do cool phrases or beat downs or whatever. He knows we want a physical altercation. So he's waiting for us he's making us wait. He knows we want a new look and new attitude. He's not giving it to us. He knows we want new remixed music, something different. We're not getting it. And fun fact, I have already ordered, and it's come today, the John Cena, The Last Time Is Now Farewell Tour Brussels shirt, because like Donnie said last week, the burgundy colors, and if you notice, that's part of the heel turn too. All the colors that he's had right now from the heel turn on are extremely muted, dull colored versions of his iconic shirts. And this is one, like, I think I got to get the Glasgow shirt too. It's a dark navy blue, and it's like, I think I got to get it. I think like these shirts are going to be something special that I remember. And it's just so cool. It is so cool. I love this John Cena. Man, I would love to talk to, Johnny Fabulous, Mr. Cena again, and just be like, can I pick your brain about your son? Maybe when this is all written in stone and, the pages have been turned and we've experienced, because I know he wouldn't say anything about John. But man, I just want to get the story on this, because this is far exceeding anything I could have expected. Like, all these promos, they're just weaving something great. They're spinning gold. And every week Cena's inching you closer. He's threading the needle more. He's threading it. He's putting it through the eye, and he's pulling it back, and he's putting it through the eye, and he's pulling it back. And we're getting more of a tapestry that's being woven, but it's a slow tapestry. Now, this is the right way to do it. It's not so much as like a John Moxley situation where month after month, week after week, month after month, going on half a year, we still don't know the ultimate reason why we're not good enough to see a title. We don't know the ultimate reason besides he wants to, iron sharpens iron, so to speak, and he wants to make the wrestling locker room in AEW stronger than it ever been. He wants to make thousands of John Moxley or hundreds of John Moxley, so to speak. We don't get that full story. But Cena, it's building a brick by brick by brick, creating a foundation that the house will be made at WrestleMania. And the house will either ultimately stand strong or it will fall. But it is becoming special. And Cody is just doing his part greatly. Where Cody is usually the over-eloquent one with the masterful promos, Cody has been on the heels on this one. No pun intended, but he has been forced to give small, short retorts to Cena's long diatribes, and it just works. The dichotomy works so well. And as I'm looking at this right now, Cody's holding up the belt and he's saying, "John, you walking away with nothing in your hand is exactly a mirror of what you're going to be walking away with at WrestleMania. You're going to walk away with nothing. You're going to be empty-handed. You're going to walk to the back, and it's going to be over." And I think with this new wrinkle of Cena saying that he's going to retire with the belt after Mania might foreshadow that he doesn't quite win it at Mania. Maybe he gets a disqualification. Maybe he goes too far. Maybe it's just too much of a disgusting beatdown and Cody is unable to compete but keeps the title. Maybe the third man comes, which might be Seth Rollins and John Cena and The Rock. Maybe, who knows? It's going to be something special. But that was my take on this. And ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, all people of all ages, I am excited for this ride. It's the kind you just want to get off and grab a ticket and go back on. It's just been stellar so far. And we've only got 2 weeks into it, and I can't wait for everything more. I'm very, very excited. And let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments. And Mr. Donnie Wonderful, catch you on the flip.